More than 40,000 bulls die each year in Spain alone in bullfights. Bullfighting is a Latin tradition that has been going on for centuries. However, more Spaniards and locals are coming to the conclusion that bullfighting is unjust and needs to stop. The income that bullfighters are getting is actually coming from tourists, like from the US and Europe. Tourists feel that when they go to Latin America or when they go to Spain or Mexico, they have to see a bullfight and be part of the Latin tradition. I should know how they feel because I was once one of these tourists, and I went to Madrid and I felt that I had to be part of the tradition. But when I bought my ticket, I did not know the horror that was going on behind the scenes. Soon you will be aware of the actual what goes on before the scenes, the basic facts of bullfighting, and the horror of the actual fight. And you will realize too that bullfighting should be illegalized in all countries. Bullfighting is most common in Mexico, Spain, and most of the countries in South America. The first bullfight ever recorded was in 1133 in a place called Vera Logroño, which is in Spain. There are 3 acts in a bullfight, and in total it's supposed to last around 20 minutes. There are 3 bullfights in one show. After the bull is released into the arena, first the picadors come out, followed by the assistant matadors, and finally the matador comes out to torment the bull and then kill it. Normally 6 bulls are killed and 3 matadors are used in a bullfight. The horror actually begins days before the actual fight. The bull is tortured in a number of ways before the fight to weaken it and give the matador an even greater chance to kill the bull. These tortures include wet newspapers shoved into the bull's ears, cotton shoved up the bull's nose to stop its breathing so it can't breathe as well. Petroleum jelly, or as we know it as Vaseline, is rubbed into the bull's eyes so that to blur its vision. A needle is jabbed and stuck into its genitals and left there. The bull is also held in a small room that is dark and not spacious at all for up to 3 days before the fight. So once the doors open and the bull is released into the arena, the light is so shocking and disorients the bull. And what the sad part is, the bull thinks that it's running towards freedom. So the bull will run as fast as it can, but it's running towards its death. A caustic solution is also rubbed onto the bull's legs to throw it off balance, and the bull is drugged, and drugs are put into its feed to further incapacitate the bull, whether to slow it down or speed it up. And finally, the bull is stabbed many times in the neck area before it enters the arena to make it start bleeding to death. The horror has just begun, and it continues into the actual fight. First, the picadors come out, and they're men on horseback, and their job is to exhaust the bull. And they use a weapon called the pica, which is 6 to 8 inches long and 2 inches thick. And their job, they exhaust the bull and then cut its back and jab these picas into its back and then move it around till there's a huge gaping hole where the bull will start bleeding to death. After, the assistant matadors come out, and they use what is called banderillas, and they are harpoon-like weapons, very sharp and decorated all festively and colorful, which is sick. And they use up to 6 banderillas, and they stab the bull all over its body, and these banderillas are left in the bull till the bull is dead. Finally, the matador comes out to torment the bull and make its kill. This takes about 6 minutes, and the matador toys with the bull using his red cape, as you may have known. And a good matador takes only 1 stab to kill the bull in the back area, and it takes the bull down. But normally this does not happen, and matadors take up to 3 to 4 stabs to kill the bull. If the bull gets too crazy, people from before come out and help the matador take down the bull. Sadly, once the bull is down, the torture is still not over. The audience throws beer cans and other filthy objects into the arena at the bull. And after the bull has been taken down, the trophies are gathered. The bull's ears and tail are cut off, so to keep as trophies, and the bull is sometimes still alive during this part. Then the bull is connected to horses and dragged around the arenas while people continue to throw filthy things and beer cans at the bull. Then the bull is taken and skinned. And again, sometimes the bull is still conscious during this part. I feel very strongly that bullfighting in all countries should be illegal, and I know that you have had enough information to agree with me. You now know the basics of bullfighting, the torture that goes on before the fight, and the horror of the actual fight. Bullfighting is a Latin tradition, but people are, in this civilized world, people are calling it a Latin tradition and protecting it by the Latin tradition. But it is also animal cruelty, and all over the world people are fighting animal cruelty. We need to fight this. Bulls are important in our web of life, just like any other animals. The bulls have feelings. They feel pain when they are being tortured and brutally murdered. This uncivilized act must end soon and should be legalized in all countries by all governments. And until this happens, tourists should stop going and paying money to witness this unjust treatment of bulls. Thank you.